Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please like and subscribe. Today I will be doing readings for those that have sun, moon, rising, any inner planets in Scorpio. I suggest that you look up your birth chart to see what signs you have in your chart and look up those videos to those signs in my channel. They will be posted later if this reading doesn't resonate with you. Please keep in mind that this is a general collective reading and not everything's going to resonate with you. Please take what does and leave the rest. Today I will be doing shadow work readings. Shadow work readings are readings to help you see lessons, feelings that you've been hiding, stuck on, repeating, that keep you stuck in the same situation, same patterns, or attracting the same type of people. I will be starting your reading with astrology, guys. So I have Virgo, I have the 9th house, and I have Saturn. So currently Saturn is retrograde in Pisces. So if you have any Pisces or mutable planets, which is Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, from 0 to 7 degrees, this Saturn retrograde will be affecting you. I would suggest that you also look up your Saturn sign to see if you have Saturn in Pisces, because if your Saturn is in Pisces, that means that you are having your Saturn return this year. It has to be in the same degrees as well. So I suggest that you look it up. If you need help looking it up, please feel free to comment your birthday and I will gladly provide that information for you. And there's also, oh wait, no, that's just Saturn. Okay, so Saturn's going to be retrograde in Pisces until November 4th. But with every retrograde, there's a pre-shadow period and an after retrograde shadow period. So it's going to be in the shadow period until February 7th, 2024. And the reason why it's going to stay in the shadow period for those long months is because Saturn is a slow-moving planet. So it takes time. That's why Mercury has a faster moving period and it has more retrogrades during the year, because it moves a lot faster than Saturn. It's closer to the sun. With the Virgo being here, we recently had or have Virgo retrograde in Mercury, and this retrograde is going on from August 28th till September 15th, and it's going to stay in that shadow period I just talked about until the end of September, so September 30th, going into Libra season. We are in Virgo season also, so I do feel that for some of you with Saturn being here, I feel that there's some lessons that came up during this month. With the 9th house being here, I feel that it was towards higher education, coming into your higher self. For some of you, there's a lot of growth that you've been going through. There's a lot of things that you're leaving behind, especially from your identity, from the way that you think, the way that you look at the world, the way that you look at yourself. Please keep in mind that Pluto, which is the ruling planet of Scorpio, is also in retrograde from 27 degrees to 0 degrees in Capricorn. And I do believe that Pluto is going to be entering a new sign next year. So I believe that for some of you, you are getting prepared to enter that new sign. Also keep in mind that in older astrology, Scorpio was ruled by Mars. And Mars is going to be going into Cancer in the end of 2024 to 2025. So I suggest that you also look up your Cancer sign. If you need to know your Cancer sign, feel free to drop down your birthday and your birth chart information and I can look it up for you. And I believe that this is important because since Scorpio was the old ruler of Mars, or Mars was the old ruler of Scorpio, however you want to put it, Mars is about raw emotions. And I feel that this is going to affect Scorpio suns, being that this was your ruling planet. And a lot of raw emotions are going to come up. So I say this because I feel that there's a lot of changes that are going on towards how you look at life, towards your belief patterns and all of that. Because you are getting prepared for when this Mars in Cancer is going to happen, because for some of you, this is going to be your Mars return. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of raw emotions coming up during your Mars return. And I feel that these lessons that you're going through now are preparing you for that. They're getting you ready for that. Well, I was going to ask for a card for Virgo, but 2 of them came out. 4 of Wands and 4 of Cups. I usually only take 1 card. But I think that this is interesting because 4 of Wands is a romantic card and 4 of Cups is about feelings but holding back your feelings. So some of you might have been with somebody that was holding back their feelings and it probably ended during Virgo season, Mercury retrograde. For some of you, this could be you that you're holding your feelings back and that's why that person ended it with you. So we have King of Cups, and at the bottom of the deck, we have 9 of Wands. So 9 of Wands is interesting because in the traditional sense, 9 of Wands, it looks like it's a guy that's injured standing behind a whole bunch of sticks or wands. But if you change your perspective, you could see a guy that has a lot of struggles and is still standing and is still willing to stand up for themselves. They have a lot of struggles, but they're still there dealing with them. And I feel that for some of you, this could apply to you where you've had a lot of struggles in relationships or in your relationship currently, and you're still there, you're still standing, you're still putting your faith in it. For some of you, it could be the opposite of where you had a lot of struggles, and that's why you don't want to put faith in it. You don't want to stay in the relationship. You don't want any relationships at all. King of Cups is here for Virgo. I feel that analyzing your feelings is something that most Scorpios do. I feel that you guys could really dive deep into your feelings and really know, some of you may really know exactly what you want, exactly how you feel, and that scares some people. And I feel that for some of you, you have to put up a fight with yourself to really get to this place of knowing how you really feel, knowing your deep emotions, knowing how to control those deep and dark thoughts of emotions. And I feel like for some of you, this is where you're headed, or this is where you want to be, or where you will end up. And I hope that for most of you, this is where you end up before the Mars goes into Cancer. Since Cancer is a water sign and you're a water sign, this is also going to affect water signs. The Mars going into Cancer. And the degrees that you have. I have a card for that, please. At the bottom of the deck, we have Queen of Pentacles. So we have 4 of Wands to represent 9. So the 9th sign of the zodiac is Sagittarius. The 9th house is about philosophy, travel, growing your thinking, expanding your mind, higher education. So I feel that some of you could have had a third party, and I feel the third party was probably a fire sign or earth sign. And I feel that for some of you, this separation really left you cold and really left you questioning your feelings and like in a place to analyze them because you really took this out on yourself. I feel that for some of you, you might be in a relationship, you might be married, or this might apply to your job where you feel that there's no growth coming in and you want to grow in this relationship, in this job, you want to stay there, but it's not coming in. And I feel that for some of you, you have the patience to wait around for this to change, or you've had the patience to wait around for this to change. But I feel that with Saturn being here, Saturn is about abrupt changes that we don't want. I do feel that there might be a change coming towards that because of that. Or I feel that you've done this in the past in other relationships where you put up with a lot of stuff and you stay there and you give it time. And I feel that that's a pattern that needs to change. Because water signs, you guys could love very deeply and you guys have so much emotions and it's so beautiful the way that you guys could love. when you guys truly, truly love. It's very beautiful and deep and heartfelt and warming. But the thing is that not everybody deserves that type of love. And you need to learn to discern who actually deserves it from you and who doesn't. And for some of you, I feel that you're either not giving it to anyone at all because you feel that everybody just sucks, or you're probably just giving it away too freely. And I feel that there has to be an in-between. And for those of you that did find that in-between, I do feel that during this Saturn retrograde, you are having an easier time with this Saturn retrograde that's happening in Pisces from 0 to 7 degrees. I feel that if this is something you struggle with during the Saturn energy time, especially because Neptune is also in its ruling sign Pisces and it's in retrograde right now, so this could also be affecting you. So look up your Neptune sign to see if it's in Pisces. And I feel that these Pisces placements and being water, if you have Pisces placements, if you have a Pisces stellium, if you have planets in the 12th house, this energy could really be affecting you because it's really wanting you to change. And it's wanting you to change how you show love to yourself and how you show love to others and the boundaries that you keep towards your love. For Saturn, we have 5 of Wands. 5 in tarot is about conflict. So 5 of Wands, I feel that it's passionate conflict, but I feel that this conflict for most of you is inner conflict that's happening inside of you because of your emotions. With 3 of Cups being here at the bottom of the deck, I do feel that there was a conflict with a third party, but I feel that for most of you, this mostly applies to your inner emotions and to how you feel towards inside. Can I have a card for King of Cups, please? Just clarify King of Cups. There's a lot of cards. Can I just have one card for King of Cups, please? There we go. Schizophrenia, and at the bottom of the deck, we have abundance. So I feel that for some of you, the negative feelings that you're holding on to, especially the conflict that you're holding on with other people, the petty arguments that you have in your head with them, they're really getting in the way of the abundance that you're trying to receive from the universe. And I feel that for a small percentage of you, mentally, you're really exhausted and you're really trying to hold it together. If you could see, this person is like stretching themselves out to hold the two walls together. And I feel that for some of you, that's mentally what's going on. That you're just stretching yourself thin just to hold everything together, and it's towards your emotions because you don't want to feel your emotions and you're so used to escaping your emotions. For a small percentage of you, you're used to escaping your emotions because your emotions weren't valued or weren't noticed when you were little. So you were probably told not how to feel, not to feel a certain way, not to talk, not to do, like, it was a lot of control towards your emotions when you were a child or towards yourself. And now you want to apply that same control towards yourself or towards your relationships, towards your partners, or towards your children, and it's not working out, and it's backfiring on you for some of you. I'm a card for the 4 of Swords. The bottom of the deck, we have the Miser, which is a very interesting card, and we have Adventure to clarify 4 of Swords. So the Miser is a very interesting card because if you could see, there's like riches here, but there's a wall here. So she's so obsessed with riches that it has turned her ugly. So she's so obsessed with what she wants that it has turned her ugly, and she has built a wall towards anything else, and she can't see what's right in front of her, which is the riches that she actually wants. But because she wants it so badly and she's only focused on what she wants, it has turned her into like an ugly old witch. I feel that for some of you, you're so focused on control. Scorpio is about control. It's a controlling sign, and learning to balance that control is key here. And I feel that for some of you, you have put that control on your family, on your loved ones, on your friends. And it has created some conflict here. It has made you feel alone. And it has taken away your sense of adventure. Because instead of looking at the other moment of what's going to happen, you're looking at the other moment of how can I control this next moment for some of you. I feel that for some others of you, you're getting out of this. And I feel that during this Saturn retrograde that we're having, you are going to have some happiness and some peace come your way. I feel that for some others that you mentally, you might have that, and then you're going to take it away yourself because you don't have the control. And for some of you, not having the control is something that you're not used to because this is the way that you were raised. This is how you've been operating from. But with Saturn being here, I feel that there's a huge lesson of not operating from that way or not reacting from that way. Can I have a card for Five of Wands, please? Politics. And at the bottom of the deck, we have trust. Yeah, I feel that for some of you, the trust is not within yourself. You probably don't trust your emotions. And I say that because politics, he has a mask covering up his face. So you probably fake your emotions around other people. For a small percentage of you, a very, very small percentage of you, you're faking the conflict that you have with other people. And during Saturn retrograde, this conflict is going to come out. And it's going to bite you back in the ass because you're not dealing with those emotions. And all you're doing is just stretching yourself thin so you don't have to face these emotions. So you could just escape from them and you could just live in the positive moment. Which some of you, I commend you for that because being in this positive moment and being in this positive light has taken you years to get here, and you're not trying to let negative thoughts take you out of this moment. But for some of you, you're ignoring the red flags, the conflict that's going on. You're ignoring your negative feelings towards a certain situation because you want to stay here, and you're being too trusting towards the person. And for a small percentage of you, you're just projecting, or they're projecting onto you. Really trusting your emotions, I feel, is key here. Really trusting how your body feels. Really trusting what your body's trying to tell you, what your body's trying to say. Because for some of you, I feel like you don't listen to your body or what it's trying to tell you or your feelings. Now I will be going into shadow work questions. Shadow work questions are to help you lead you into your life. Sometimes I offer exercises for the readings. I do just read the question and then I offer my own little intuitive sense to it. I do recommend that you write these questions down. You can start a journal. I will do shadow work readings every month. You can start a journal to write down these questions and just reflect on them. Meditate with the questions before answering them. Don't rush the answers. Don't force the answers to come to you. Just let it come to you naturally. And I said in my other videos, I suggest that you do start like a tarot journal. And this tarot journal could be on tarot readings that you see from YouTube. And just take down the positive things that you do see, the things that you do want to change about yourself. Don't really write down the negative things. And what I mean by negative things is I literally mean don't write down ammunition that you're going to use against yourself later when you're upset. Try to write down positive things. It's like, okay, I want to work on this. I want to change this. Try to write it down. I really do think that that could help you. That's something that has really helped me. Do I believe I am worthy? I feel that for a lot of you, with the Miser card being here when it came out, I believe it was with adventure. I feel that for a lot of you, you're putting worth on your experience, your own worth on the experiences that you have or the material things that you had or the feelings that you get from other people. And I feel that for a lot of you, the feelings that you get from a lot of people either make you feel worthy or they don't, or they really put you down. And I feel that that's not right for yourself because you're creating inner conflict with yourself just because of how somebody else feels about you. For some of you, you could really care how other people see you or how other people think about you, and that's also not okay. I feel that this mostly applies to Virgo moons with a Scorpio sun because Scorpio is a very heavy energy. Some of you could really be having conflict with your parents, especially with your mother, hiding your emotions and not really talking about the conflict that you have towards her because you don't feel worthy of telling her because she hasn't made you feel worthy of you expressing your emotions to her. That's for a small percentage of you. How can I be more flexible right now? I feel that the flexibility that you need to find right now is towards your emotions, and really sitting down and feeling your emotions is something that can really help you. A meditation that I always recommend is, so in modern meditation, there's like this sense of clearing out your mind or a blank space in your head. I don't think that this meditation could really help you be more flexible right now. I feel like the meditation that could really help you be more flexible right now is really feeling those tough emotions and sitting with that conflict and really just not trying to escape from it. Don't go on your phone. Don't call someone. Don't start cleaning. Don't think of the 1,000 things you have to do. Just focus on the feeling and try to feel it and see where it's coming from. Try to see what it's trying to tell you. Where do you feel it in your body? Is it in your legs? Is it in your chest? Does it make you breathe differently? Really sit with your emotions and see what your body's trying to tell you. I really feel that you can find some flexibility in that. And I understand how that sounds like that won't work. That's too simple. But trust me, feeling your emotions for some of you is something you haven't done in years. And I really do feel that that's something that could help. And talking about emotions, for some of you, I do have to ask, when was the last time that you actually had a good laugh? When was the last time you actually laughed so hard that you cried? Laughter is a form of medicine. And I feel that for some of you that are having a hard time feeling your emotions, laughing is a way to get to them. Watch a comedy before going to sleep. I feel that for those of you that have nightmares, watch what you watch before you go to sleep and watch what you say to yourself before you go to sleep. Last question, does my life have room for more pleasure and play? I feel that this question is perfect because I was just talking about laughing, and I feel that laughter is a form of pleasure and playing. For some of you, your inner child, you haven't played or expressed or done anything with your inner child. Coloring, watching cartoons, playing with your kids, that could bring out your inner child. Little things like that. Skipping, going outside, running, playing, video games, watching anime, things like that could really bring out your inner child. And I feel that those are tiny little suggestions to bring more pleasure and play into your life. And I really do feel that that's something that could help you and could really help you get into your feelings and could really help you dissolve those negative feelings and the negative patterns that you keep about yourself, because some of you are very hard on yourself in your head, especially, like I said, if you have a Virgo moon. And this negativity could have come from family. It could have been passed down from generation to generation. So don't blame your parents. Don't think that this is something that they did to you on purpose. They probably did the best that they could with the best that they had. Yeah, I feel like for some of you, getting out of your head and really being in your emotions is something that could really help you and could really bring forth like a new adventure into your life and really start trusting yourself. I really hope that this reading resonated with you. Please let me know in the comments.